Kilpatrick.
Yeah.
And I don't think voting on a non-binding treaty rises to the level of treason.
Yeah, probably not. Probably not.
No, but it makes a good soundbite if you're trying to get YouTube hits.
Sure.
Oh, yeah, or get played on That Odd Show. Right. I mean, we...
Which, incidentally, when one of our guys called up and asked specifically what militias he talked to, he got hung up on.
Okay.
He said, I don't remember the names. You know, I've known you for 30 seconds. I'm going to remember your name for at least the next week.
Yeah,
I think
geez,
so.
And something that he knew was as big and you know, getting as much traction.
Verifiable.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right.
Have you
Right.
Have you gotten a...
I've got the Oath Keepers who say, no, not only is he not with us, but we're in the process of booting him. I've got the 3%ers telling him to take a hike.
Yeah.
I've got the commanding officers of 8 of the largest militias. We're talking the Wolverines. We're talking our group. We're talking Western Michigan. We're talking the folks out of Lansing.
Yeah.
The ones that, you know, have been hip deep in everything else that's been going on in the last 3 weeks. And not a single one of them says, I've ever talked to this guy.
Sure.
We get some guy on Facebook that won't even use his real last name saying, I'm a Militia Michigan guy, and I talked to him, but, you know, okay, say what you will, but unless I can verify it, it's not real.
Well, but and not only that, but there's talking to someone who's in the militia, and then there's talking about an official representative of the militia. There's a difference,
right? And I guarantee most of the quote-unquote support he's getting is somebody sitting in their basement behind the keyboard saying, yeah, go. I'm going to get me a bag of popcorn and watch this stuff happen.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, because he was talking about, you know, building his coalition all the way across the country. I mean, getting people from every state to follow him up to Michigan and take care of things.
Mm-hmm.
Start with Michigan, then arrest other state senators.
Yeah. Oath Keepers, by the way, in the other thing that he does say in that video that we played the soundbite from is that he's withdrawing his membership from Oath Keepers. He's letting them keep his $40, so that's good, but he quit, so.
You can't fire me, I quit.
He quit. He quit in the same way the boss comes down about to hand a embezzlement charge against an employee and says you can either resign or get arrested.
Well, Michael,
it wasn't a voluntary quit. I'll guarantee that right now.
Yeah. Were you aware of this guy before all of this? I mean, what's his history? Do you know?
Yeah, no. I was aware that he had a loose affiliation with those 3 quote-unquote militia guys down in Arizona that got arrested for robbing drug traffickers and trying to sell their drugs to the FBI. There was also connection with him somewhere on the East Coast, and Thumper just sent me an article about a half hour ago about a guy in West Virginia that got arrested for trying to do the same crap this guy's proposing.
You mean arresting or selling drugs?
No. Trying to arrest state individuals.
Okay.
Yeah.
And now he's going to be talking from the other end of the bars for a while, it looks like.
Jeez, yeah. Well, have you gotten your...
And we've seen a lot of this going on, and a lot of it is coming from people that just want to cause dissent, want to cause trouble because it's...
Well, they want their 15 minutes. They want their 15 minutes of fame.
Everybody loves a good episode of Cops or Jerry Springer, and they just want to see it happen in real life. They want to see like what we saw, you know, with the police shootings going on, what we saw in St. Louis. They want to see this all over the place because, hey, it looks cool. And I can get up here with a mask over my face and a voice changer and look like a bad mofo. And, you know, if it comes down to it, I've been doing this a long time. I don't have anything to prove to nobody.
Yeah.
I do what I know is right, and I let everything else fall where they may. And, you know, if you've got any real questions about it, my gear works fine.
Have you gotten a thank you letter from Stabenow's camp yet for vowing to protect her?
Yeah, I'm really waiting on that. I'm holding my breath. I'm holding the party balloons close by.
Yeah,
I bet.
I noticed the
you know, the Lansing reporter that wrote that article that you cited earlier.
City Pulse.
He is a former researcher for the SPLC. He is a gay rights reporter. He is one of the most liberal people I know.
Yeah.
But he has always given us and everyone else he talks to a fair shake.
Well,
so when he asked me what I thought of this, I had no qualms about telling him exactly what I thought.
Okay.
And I knew that he would put it out there accurately.
Well, he did make a snarky comment on the end.
Oh, yeah, but that's Todd. I love Todd.
What he says, I'm sure Senator Stabenow is very relieved that the militia is there for protect him.
I thought that kind of that made my day, though.
Yeah, for an anti-gun senator, she's got plenty of guns protecting her, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we just have a few minutes left. Why don't you go ahead and tell us
about
basically why John's wrong. What do you guys do, and what's it all about?
And how can people who are interested get a hold of you?
Well, the easiest way to get a hold of us is through Southeast Michigan Volunteer Militia on Facebook, or our website, which is easily titled MichiganMilitia.com. We train and prepare for anything that threatens our way of life, be it crime, terrorism, tyranny, invasion, disaster.
Arizona
if you spend all your time focusing on one issue, then something else is going to pop up and blindside you. So you just have to be ready for anything that happens.
Yeah. You guys,
and if somebody, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, you guys train pretty hard. I've seen your videos. I've seen, kind of followed you guys on Facebook, and your training, it gets into a lot of stuff. I couldn't make it.
We've trained every month, sometimes multiple times a month. We've held 2 to 3 meetings every month for 2 decades. There's not many militias out there that can say they can do that.
No, that's true. And what I like is you don't limit yourself to just males, that females are welcome. People of all various shades and colors are welcome. Various religions are welcome. You take anybody that believes in what you believe in. And
if you want to protect the Constitution and protect the lives and property of your friends and neighbors, I want to fight alongside you.
Right, and you'll welcome anybody, no matter what they believe in. Yeah. Would even atheists?
Our
don't
main
say
officer, Lee Miracle, is a atheist.
I know Lee, so yeah.
I'm sure you're very familiar with Lee.
He was on our show.
Yeah, he would gladly point that out to you in a heartbeat.
Yep.
You've got people like me that aren't very religious. You've got people that are very religious.
Sure.
And it's just, once you get out in the field, none of that matters.
Right.
So what prior experience or gear or money do you need to join?
Basically, no money. Everything we do is self-funded. Rifle, 100 rounds of ammo for that rifle. Means of carrying water, a means of carrying that rifle gear, and a good pair of boots, and a first aid kit.
And that's it.
Then we want to see you out there.
And then they can slowly acquire things like, camouflage clothing and backpack equipment and all that stuff. They can slowly get that stuff.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing that bugs me worse than a guy that goes out and spends $400 or $500 on top-notch gear, comes out in the field and finds that it just don't work.
Right.
Sure.
Or me, like my first couple of times out in the field when I jumped down and went prone, and I'm sure I still have an imprint in my liver in the shape of a Kalashnikov magazine.
That's field experience.
It's trial and error.
Sure.
And you'll come out. This may be your first experience with anything like this. You may be a combat veteran, but you're going to come out, you're going to see what other people do, what other people use, and you're going to come up with some ideas of your own.
Sure.
Okay. All right, Michael, I think we're out of time. I really appreciate you coming on the show with us, giving us your side. And
thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah. Stay strong.
Thank you, gentlemen.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, yeah, so MichiganMilitia.com if you want to know more about them, I'm sure.
They really are a good group. They're well organized. They've been around a long time. They know what they're doing. They've helped out local law enforcement, I know, with searches and and rescues and things like that.
Some of them do a lot of search and rescue work and those sorts of things. It isn't what you see coming from this John guy in Arizona, which is, I'm here to overthrow the government type of attitude, right? That isn't what it is. it's preparedness. I thought that was, that's the right word. So
it makes sense.
I don't know. I think we're out of time.
Yes, sir.
Right? So see you next week.
Bye-bye.